Good afternoon, everyone. It is April 1st, 2018, and we'd like to thank you for watching the Shadow News Network. We hope that today we can bring you some pretty interesting videos. And I've done some research on these FAA cams. And what I've been going through or wondering is if maybe I'm seeing lens flares. Maybe I'm seeing spots on the camera as the sun moves through. I've kind of had some doubts on some of the cameras. So what I did on the 30th of March was I went ahead and I did some solid research. I started with the cam at Seaward, and then from Seaward I went down the Aleutian Island chain. Once I found the object, I went down the Aleutian Island chain to every camera that I could see and verified that that object is in those cameras. And then I went to the right side and came down the Alaska side heading down toward Vancouver on those cameras and verified the same thing. But one of the biggest things that convinced me that this object is real is I found this object behind the clouds. This object is not, if it was like a lens flare or a little water bubble or a condensation bubble or some type of spot inside the lens, there's no way it could be behind the clouds. So with that information being said, I wanted to bring the rest of these videos over here to you and show you some of the Seaward pictures starting there and then showing you some of the other cams for verification. So if you'd like, just kind of sit back. I'll show you the information and then hopefully you can, tell me what you think, or if you have other information, videos, pictures, please send them to me. Okay, we're going to go from Seaward to Port Alexander. I would like for you guys to check out. This was the next FAA camera I went ahead and researched. This one's a pretty good one too. It does show the object in the middle of the screen, very lightly though, and I believe that has everything to do with the angle of the sun. Seaward is farther north, and so Port Alexander is pretty much farther south, so the angle is different. That's why I believe you don't see the object as well, but you do see the clouds moving in front of it, so that's another good indication that the object is there. After we research this one right here, I went ahead and moved on to another cam, and that one was the Sitka cam. Now these are the FAA cameras, and they are in Alaska. And this is Sitka, everything pointing south. I think all of the cameras that I have here are south to southwest. Uh, they're all almost at the same time stamp at the same time. And I was doing that to actually make sure that this object was in multiple places at the same time, which it is. Now Sitka gives us a really, really good sharp image because it is farther north than the previous two videos, or should I say pictures. And then, you know, we're looking at all these objects. And from what I understand from like Planet X News and Planet X Physicist, um, from and there's also another new lady out there. Her name is Universal News Media. They have really great information on all of this stuff. So if you're listening to my video for the first time and you don't know about them, you should search them out on YouTube and listen to their stuff. The Planet X Physicist is really technical. Right there in that picture, you see the clouds in front of the object. And that right there convinced me that that object is real and that object is out there. But from what they're saying, this is not the only object out there, that there is multiple objects surrounding the sun. They're interacting with our sun, and they're causing our sun to have a lot of problems. Even they're saying that we're going into a grand solar minimum, meaning that the sun's energy output is going to lower. And some people are saying that these bodies are interacting with it at electromagnetic level and causing the sun to lose plasma, which is going to make it even weaker. And as the sun gets weaker, if I understand correctly, as the sun gets weaker, the shield around the planet weakens and more cosmic radiation is allowed into the atmosphere. With that happening, that would mean that this right here can also be one of the drivers for the weird weather that we're having right now, which I believe they are linked. There is a lot of things going on right now. Okay, on the net, and we're still at Sitka South. Um, this is another angle for the camera. Yeah, this is the same one. So you'll see the sun coming over at the same time. Let's see, yeah, it's March 30th, and you're getting a much better picture of this right now. But what they're saying is this may also be what's causing the receding tides. This may be what's causing a lot of animals to react erratically, because of they use electromagnetic field for navigation. And now, okay, on the next one here, we're going to go to, I believe it's AKHIOK, however you want to say it. And you'll see that the object will show up here in just a second and will be behind the clouds. Let's see, where are you? Yep, there it is, right there. We're over to the middle right. And there it is. It's you can barely see it. The camera angle from its positioning in the island chain does the same thing as Fort or Port Alexander. It doesn't give you that head-on picture, and then it fades out as the sun moves. This is an angle issue. The sun has to be at a right angle before you can actually see this object. Okay, for our next one, this is Craig, Alaska. Now this is one of the best pictures I believe I have in this whole video. And if you'll notice as each frame goes by, you'll notice that it's turning. This object is actually spinning. And again, this one has a better angle view of this object. And as the sun moves through, as you can tell, the sun is overhead. It's illuminating this object. That's a pretty good picture too. But if these objects are out there, and I believe, I know there's more than one. I think I've pictured at least 3. Then we've got a serious issue about survivability. I mean, we're already in a 6th extinction event with a lot of the animals dying in the ocean, with a lot of mammals on land that have died already. And then also Fukushima just was poured on top of it. And I believe that this right here, it's not just affecting the weather on this planet. It's affecting the weather on every planet in the solar system. And if these bodies are coming into our solar system, they may be part of a larger planetary body that is out there, which some people suspect that they call it Nemesis, which is a brown dwarf star that is probably the companion star to our star. And they're saying that it probably never ignited because they say that out in the universe, most star systems, our solar systems are binary, meaning they're 2 stars. And they're saying even some of them have 3 stars. So a lot of people are saying that Nemesis has what's called Planet X in its orbit. Nemesis would have its own solar system. It would have its own set of planets, and that I believe Planet X was the farthest one or second to farthest one out. And when they come together in some 20 to 30,000 year cycle, they come close to the Earth, and then which causes havoc, every 20, 30,000 years. And a lot of us believe that there's been life on this planet before, but it's been wiped out, which I pretty much believe, even though it's just circumstantial evidence, but I believe it. But what we need to do is we need to stay observant. Here at Shadow News Network, I wanted to start this network to start informing people, gathering information, organizing it, and delivering it to people. But not just the information. We also need to turn around and we need to bring ourselves together, because if this is a survival issue for the human race, and there's another good picture, we all need to stand together. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please like my page, and if you would, please subscribe. We'd love to have you, and I hope you enjoyed the video today. And please stop by anytime. And if you don't care, please share the video. The more shares we get, the more people we get, the better off the whole human race will be. Thank you.